Today, we are faced, I think, with the approach of what may be called the ultimate revolution, the final revolution, where a man can act directly on the mind-body of his fellows. If you are going to control any population for any length of time, you must have some measure of consent. It's exceedingly difficult to see how pure terrorism can function indefinitely. It can function for a fairly long time, but I think sooner or later you have to bring in an element of persuasion, an element of getting people to consent to what is happening to them. We are in process of developing a whole series of techniques which will enable the controlling oligarchy, who have always existed and presumably always will exist, to get people actually to love their servitude. Awful fact remains that when techniques have been discovered, sooner or later they tend to be applied. Standardize the population to iron out inconvenient human differences, create mass-produced models of human beings arranged in some kind of a scientific caste system. If you can get people to consent to the state of affairs in which they are living, the state of servitude, the state of having their differences ironed out, being made amenable to mass production methods on the social level, if you can do this, you are likely to have a much more stable, a much more lasting society, a much more easily controllable society than you would if you were relying wholly on clubs and firing squads and concentration camps. A number of the predictions which were purely fantastic when I made them 30 years ago have come true, and that there seems to be a general movement in the direction of this kind of ultimate revolution, this method of control by which people can be made to enjoy a state of affairs which, by any decent standard, they ought not to enjoy. The enjoyment of servitude. Be aware of what is happening, and then, if possible, to see that the enormous powers which we now possess, thanks to these scientific and technological advances, shall be used for the benefit of human beings and not for their ultimate degradation.